Greetings everyone, I'm Rusty, and this is an extremely short but detailed video highlighting all of the major changes found in Hollow Knight's brand new 1.5 patch. Let's begin. One of the first features you'll notice is before you even load up a save. In the game's video settings, you will find a new Borderless option has been added to the video preferences, allowing for other applications you're running to be more easily reached, while still being able to enjoy a full screen display of the game. In previous versions, it was possible to miss out on some of the rewards given by the Grub Father if you didn't collect them immediately as they were given to you. If you were to walk out of the room, there was a chance that the reward given would despawn and just get thrown into the ether and you wouldn't be able to collect it. After defeating the Soul Tyrant in Pantheons 4 and 5, there's an extremely slim chance that the player will have ended up getting stuck in the boss room. The transition will have not occurred, and you would have been unable to move to the next stage of the challenge even after the boss has been vanquished. Patch 1.5 ensures that this doesn't happen. The Radiance and Abzurad boss fights have both received numerous changes. On very rare occasions, a death loop would occur if the player accidentally climbed too high during Abzurad's second phase, essentially forcing the player to get stuck in the virtual ceiling and just die. Sometimes the music theme during Abzurad's boss fight would also change to the next phase earlier than it was supposed to. Coincidentally, this was also triggered by the player climbing too high during Abzurad's second phase. Abzurad, the Radiance, and Pure Vessel have also had minor tweaks to some of their abilities to make damage from their AoE attacks a little more consistent than before. I didn't expect this to be an addition, but I'm doing my best to approach it with an open mind. If you play Hollow Knight with a controller, you will now have the option to enable controller rumble. No, that doesn't mean you can make two controllers in your room fight themselves. It quite literally means controller rumble. The vibration feedback was much more noticeable than I was expecting, almost to the point of being a little startling in certain circumstances. And that's not because the rumble is too intense or anything, but just because I've gotten so used to playing Hollow Knight without that feature that it just, I don't know, it just feels weird. You will feel this feedback whenever you dash, fire a spell, or do pretty much anything. There have also been some general quality of life tweaks and corrections throughout the game. If the player has Fury of the Fallen equipped and its effect is active, the damage of nail arts would sometimes not be calculated correctly. So they solved that by making the nail art damage not calculate correctly. If you were previously at 1 health, the nail art damage bonus you get from Fury continues to stay active even after you heal up. Alternatively, performing a nail art before the effect has been activated locks you out of getting the damage bonus entirely, so what fuck. The Crystal Guardian will now wake up when damage from any source is dealt, so no more cheesing with Defender's Crest, I suppose, but it's not like you really needed to do that anyways, didn't you? I mean, you can still cheese with Dream Shield if you have it, so that's cool. Watcher Knights are now able to back roll more frequently than before, and the sideways dashes are now given priority when the Dash Master Charm is equipped, meaning you're significantly less likely to accidentally hit the down button and plunge yourself into a lake of acid. Some minor changes have also been included in the new update as well, changing dialogue, optimizing memory, and fixing potentially game-breaking problems, such as the Glowing Womb Charm becoming completely inaccessible. Like, for no reason, like it just stops working. It's dumb as shit. It's not at all uncommon for dialogue boxes to get stuck during certain interactions, and if you force a scene exit while someone is talking to you, if you're using a mod for instance, that dialogue box is almost always going to stick around. But sometimes the prompts would just stick there on their own, with no player intervention. Talking to Cloth in the Queen's Gardens is the best example of this. Elderbug can now tell you to go to the green path without, I don't know, breaking apparently. And if you banish the Grim Troop without opening his chest reward, it will now stay on the ground, instead of being whisked away with the rest of the gang. These are most of the general changes, setting aside some frame rate patches, memory lessening, and some other performance optimizations that just make the game run smoother and quicker than before. I'm sure we're also likely to run across a few more storage glitches, errors, and random mistakes here and there, sort of like the nail art thing I was explaining earlier, because that's simply just the nature of how patches work. So if you found anything interesting, let me know below so I can get footage of it before it gets patched out. Thanks for tuning in, I'm Rusty, I will see you in the next video. Take care.